Have you ever wondered if distancing yourself from certain people could actually be one of the most powerful decisions of your life? In our meeting today, we will uncover how distancing yourself from certain relationships can be a transformative tool for personal growth. Along this journey, we will delve into the principles of Stoic philosophy to learn how rejection can be used to our advantage, how we can strengthen our resilience, and how to rebuild our connections in a deeper and more thoughtful way. Join me as we explore how self-reflection and persistence in the pursuit of excellence can shape our path to a richer and more fulfilling life. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Are you ready to start this transformation? How distancing yourself can be the path. Self-assertion is a challenge that we all face at some point in our lives. In this context, a crucial aspect is learning to set personal boundaries and understand the power of saying no. We often find ourselves stuck in the habit of prioritizing the needs and desires of others, often at the expense of our own interests and well-being. This reflection aims to explore the dynamics underlying this behavior, highlighting the importance of recognizing and respecting our own limits. We will discuss how stepping away from toxic situations or relationships is not just an act of self-preservation, but also a powerful expression of self-respect and autonomy. Throughout this text, we will explore the various facets of this process, considering how the ability to say no and maintain a clear direction in life can transform our relationship with ourselves and with others, leading to a more authentic and satisfying existence. It is an intriguing and quite common phenomenon for many individuals to dedicate their time and effort to others, often beyond their own limits and needs. But what is the root of this behavior? Could it be an internal search for personal validation, a deep desire to be valued and accepted? Or do these people believe that their self-esteem is intrinsically linked to how they are perceived by others? This excessive concern with the perceptions of others can become a trap. When you care too much about what others think, you risk losing your own identity. You become a reflection of the expectations and opinions of others, as if your existence depended on their approval. This can be exhausting and, in many cases, lead to a vicious cycle of incessant search for recognition and approval. This journey in search of acceptance can be motivated by various reasons. Some may feel insecure about their own worth, depending on external validation to feel deserving. Others may have grown up in environments where love and attention were conditioned on meeting others' expectations, leading them to believe that this is the only way to be loved or respected. However, it is crucial to recognize that this constant quest for others' approval can be a lonely and unsatisfactory path. It is like trying to fill an internal void with something that is always out of reach. The key to breaking this cycle may lie in developing a healthier relationship with oneself, learning to value one's own opinions and needs. By doing so, one can begin to embark on a path of greater authenticity and personal satisfaction, where others' opinions are just a part of the whole and not the determining factor of happiness and self-esteem. Many of us at some point find ourselves dedicating our time and energy to others. But why does this happen? Is it a search for self-affirmation or a deep desire to be appreciated? Excessive concern with the opinions of others can turn us into true captives of these judgments. If you often find yourself in this situation, I want to share with you a valuable strategy to reclaim your sovereignty and self-esteem. This strategy is simply known as distancing yourself. It may seem abrupt, but in some circumstances, it is a necessary step to reaffirm your personal power. Throughout life, we meet various people, Some do not respect boundaries, others are overly dependent or even cruel and selfish. Showing these people that you are willing to distance yourself not only reinforces your independence, but also regains control over your own life. The power of distancing yourself is strengthened by two fundamental pillars: the ability to say no and having a clear direction in your life. If you tend to get lost in the desires of others or, worse, feel used or mistreated, you probably have difficulty rejecting requests and lack a defined purpose. Having a clear objective shows the world that you value your time and, by extension, your life. This naturally distances you from situations where your limits are disrespected. Staying focused on your path reduces the need to seek external approval. Remember, distancing yourself is not just a physical action, but a mindset of self-appreciation and respect. Adopting this attitude sends a powerful message: you are responsible for your life. Thank you for dedicating your time to this reflection. Walking away may sound like a drastic measure, but at certain moments, it becomes an essential action to assert autonomy in a given situation. Throughout the journey of life, we cross paths with countless people. Some of these interactions are fleeting, like leaves in the wind, while others root deeply in our hearts. Every encounter, whether brief or lasting, leaves its unique mark on our personal story. Deciding to step back is not always easy. It often comes with a mix of emotions, a combination of relief with a touch of melancholy. But it is important to remember that taking control of our own narrative is a sign of maturity and self-awareness. Knowing when to say goodbye, when to close a chapter, is a vital skill for building a satisfying and authentic life. In some cases, this choice may seem selfish to others. However, it is an act of self-preservation. Power of saying no and having direction. Direction is the element that guides us to where we want to go, both literally and metaphorically. Having direction means having goals, aspirations, and a sense of purpose in life. Knowing where you are going makes it easier to make decisions and choose paths that align with your values and goals. Direction gives us focus, helping us avoid distractions and negative influences. Together, saying no and having direction form a powerful combination. While saying no protects us from unwanted external influences, direction keeps us on the path to achieving our goals and dreams. These two concepts are crucial for maintaining personal integrity and following a path that truly belongs to us. If you often find yourself yielding to the whims of others or, in more severe cases, being exploited, manipulated, or abused by others, this may indicate a difficulty in asserting no and a lack of clear direction in life. These are warning signs that deserve attention and reflection. The inability to say no often arises from a desire to please, avoid conflicts, or the belief that our needs and desires are less important than those of others. This behavior, although it may seem harmless at first, can lead to a cycle of self-denial and resentment, creating a conducive environment for being used or abused. On the other hand, the lack of direction can result from uncertainties, lack of self-knowledge, or fear of pursuing our true interests. Without clear direction, it is easy to be influenced by the will and goals of others, thus missing the opportunity to live a life that is truly ours. Recognizing these patterns in oneself is the first step towards change. Start by strengthening self-esteem and self-awareness, understanding what you truly value and desire for your life. From there, you can begin to practice assertiveness, learning to say no when necessary, and setting and pursuing your own goals and aspirations. Indeed, the inability to say no and the lack of clear direction in life can lead to a less firm and assertive stance. When we are not rooted in our own values and goals, we become more susceptible to the influence and interests of others. This lack of firmness can be perceived by others and, in some cases, unfortunately exploited. When people notice this lack of direction in someone, they may feel motivated to impose their own wills and goals on that person. This can happen subtly or more directly, but the result is the same. You may end up living a life that is more a reflection of others' expectations and desires than your own aspirations. It is important to emphasize that having direction in life does not mean having an inflexible plan or an unchangeable vision of the future. It means having a sense of purpose, knowing what is important to you, and making decisions that are aligned with those values and goals. Direction provides guidance, an internal compass that helps navigate the complexities and challenges of life. On the other hand, the ability to say no is an act of self-assertion. It is recognizing and honoring your own limits, needs, and desires. Saying no is not just rejecting something unwanted, it is also an affirmation of yourself and what you value. When people perceive someone's lack of commitment to their personal goals, they may begin to see that person's time as less valuable than their own. This perception can lead to a harmful dynamic where you are expected to prioritize others' needs and desires over your own. This situation not only diminishes the importance of your time and efforts, but also sets a pattern where your own goals and aspirations are consistently delayed. This dynamic can be subtle and often not done with malicious intent. However, it reinforces the idea that others' needs are more important, which can lead to a cycle of self-neglect. When you spend most of your time meeting others' expectations, you may end up missing the opportunity to invest in yourself and your own goals. This situation highlights the importance of developing a sense of direction and purpose. Having clear and personal goals helps to establish healthy boundaries and make decisions that reflect your own priorities. This does not mean ignoring others' needs, but finding a balance between helping others and taking care of yourself. Furthermore, learning to value your own time and efforts is crucial. This implies recognizing your worth and the importance of your own goals and aspirations. By valuing yourself, you teach others to do the same. From the perspective of those who see others less committed to their own goals, the idea may arise that by dedicating time to meet their demands, you are using your time usefully, serving their interests. This view is problematic because it places the value of your time and efforts solely in the context of their utility to others and not in relation to your own satisfaction and personal growth. This mentality can lead to believing that your value is intrinsically linked to your ability to be useful to others, instead of recognizing your inherent value as an individual. Such an approach not only minimizes the importance of your own aspirations and needs, but can also lead to a loss of self-esteem and a sense of dissatisfaction with life. It is essential to recognize that being useful to others is just one of the many ways to make good use of your valuable time. The true value of your time also manifests when you work towards your own goals, take care of yourself, or simply do things that bring you joy and satisfaction. By dedicating yourself intensely to a personal goal, you embark on a journey of meaningful appreciation for yourself. This dedication not only reflects a clear definition of priorities, but also resonates as an affirmation of the value of your time and life. This stance sends a strong signal both to yourself and to those around you, indicating that every minute is precious and should be used thoughtfully and meaningfully. This choice to live with a clear purpose fundamentally changes how others perceive you. People start to see someone who makes conscious decisions about how to invest their time, someone who is not available to be indiscriminately consumed by others' whims. Instead of being seen as a resource available to others, you are seen as an individual with your own desires, ambitions, and passions. Committing to your goals has several marked advantages. First, there is a sense of authenticity and integrity. Your actions and choices begin to reflect your internal values and beliefs, providing a sense of genuine and true life. Second, this dedication fosters an increase in self-respect and, consequently, the respect others have for you. When you demonstrate that you value your own time, you naturally teach others to do the same. Additionally, this commitment can serve as a source of inspiration for those around you. By observing your effort and the results that come from it, you become a positive example, encouraging others to pursue their own dreams and passions. There is also the crucial aspect of establishing healthy boundaries. By dedicating yourself to your goals, you learn to say no to demands that do not align with your priorities, maintaining a healthy balance between meeting others' needs and your own. Moreover, staying focused on your personal goals and aspirations is an effective strategy for distancing yourself from situations where your boundaries are violated or where you are exposed to abuse. This ability to distance yourself from harmful environments is crucial in various aspects of life, whether at work, in marital relationships, or even in friendships. In a professional context, for example, having a clear sense of direction can help you identify when a work situation becomes toxic or detrimental, whether due to colleagues who do not respect your boundaries or an excessive and unbalanced workload. Knowing when and how to step back can be vital for your mental health and professional progress. Similarly, in personal relationships such as marriages or friendships, the ability to stay true to your own goals and values helps to identify when these relationships become one-sided or harmful. It can often be difficult to recognize and admit that a close relationship is causing more harm than good. However, by focusing on your own needs and goals, you become more skilled at perceiving when it is time to withdraw and seek healthier and more balanced environments and relationships. This ability to distance yourself is not just a form of self-preservation, but also an act of self-respect. It implies recognizing your own value and understanding that you deserve to be in situations and relationships that are respectful and reciprocal. Incorporating these concepts into a narrative, the message conveyed is one of empowerment and self-defense. It encourages listeners to consider the importance of protecting themselves from harmful situations and recognizing the value of seeking environments that promote their well-being and personal growth. Focusing on your own path has the effect of reducing excessive concern for others' affairs and opinions. When you concentrate on yourself, the need to seek external approval diminishes significantly. You begin to understand that the only person you truly need to prove anything to is yourself. This type of self-knowledge and self-confidence is liberating and fundamental to building an authentic and fulfilling life. Distancing yourself from abusive people and destructive environments is a powerful way to protect your self-respect and integrity. This is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and self-awareness. By making this decision, you choose not to allow your mental health and well-being to be compromised by toxic situations or relationships. This attitude also sends a clear message to the world around you. You are in control of your life. You decide who and what deserves your time and energy. This does not mean that you do not care about friends, family, or partners. On the contrary, it shows that although you love and value your relationships, you do not depend on them for your happiness or sense of worth. Establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries is a way of demonstrating that you respect yourself and expect the same respect from others. Adopting the stance of distancing yourself in harmful situations sends a powerful message, especially in a business context. This attitude signals to others involved that you have other options and that although you are interested, you are not entirely dependent on that specific deal to move forward. This is a demonstration of confidence and an abundance mentality that can be incredibly influential in negotiations. The abundance mentality does not necessarily rely on having a lot of money, possessions, or a large social circle. Instead, it is an internal perspective, a state of contentment and confidence in your ability to achieve and create opportunities. When you operate from this point of view, you radiate a sense of self-assurance and self-sufficiency that can be very attractive and persuasive to others. This concept also applies to personal relationships. Loving and valuing the people in your life is natural and important, but it is crucial to understand that you do not need them for your own happiness or sense of worth. This understanding allows you to establish healthier and more balanced relationships where there is no excessive dependence. In negotiations, the willingness to walk away and take it seriously is often the strongest position. This is because it demonstrates that you are making a conscious decision, not acting out of desperation or need. By being willing to leave the negotiation table if the conditions are not favorable, you maintain control and integrity of the situation. This stance not only increases your chances of achieving a favorable outcome, but also ensures that regardless of the result, you remain in a position of power. You win by maintaining your standards and respecting your own boundaries. Power of indifference. Have you ever experienced the sensation of having a door unexpectedly closed in front of you, only to discover over time that it could have been the best thing that ever happened to you? Today, we embark on a deep exploration of the ability to reverse rejection, inspired by none other than the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Imagine a world where every no does not discourage you, but instead propels you forward. It is not about mocking fate, but about understanding that sometimes the universe's rejection is a disguised invitation to something greater. I invite you to stay until the end, where you will find valuable lessons to strengthen all your plans in the face of any adversity. 1. Do not react emotionally. Rejection is a painful experience that can shake our emotions and tempt us to react impulsively. However, Stoicism offers us a valuable perspective in this situation. Instead of giving in to frustration or sadness, it invites us to maintain composure, resist the temptation to seek external validation or express resentment. What is fundamental in this philosophical approach is that Stoicism teaches us to adopt a serene and reflective response to rejection. It is not about repressing our emotions, but about mastering and managing them wisely. When facing contempt or indifference, it is crucial to step back and reflect on the situation. Often, we find that the pain of rejection stems more from our own insecurities than from the action itself. It is essential to focus on our own actions and responses instead of concentrating on others' behavior. Maintaining courtesy and kindness, even in moments of rejection, demonstrates our emotional maturity and our ability to handle difficult situations with grace. By adopting this mindset, we realize that our personal worth is not determined by others' approval, but by how we choose to respond to rejection. Mastering calm in the face of adversity not only allows us to endure it, but also propels us to thrive. This path leads us to confidence, where external validation has no weight on our self-esteem. By emanating strength and resilience through this attitude, we become intrinsically attractive to others. Ultimately, Stoicism offers us a valuable guide to facing rejection with serenity and personal growth. 2. Detach from them. When life confronts you with the cold shoulder of indifference, it is crucial not to be swayed by discouragement. Instead of shrinking in the face of others' disdainful attitude, we must respond with deliberate detachment. This is not an act of pettiness, but a powerful affirmation of our own worth and self-esteem. It is essential to remember that if someone does not deem us worthy of their time, it is actually their loss, not ours. By choosing not to engage with those who do not value us, we are proclaiming loudly, "I deserve better." It is like reflecting a mirror back at them, exposing their behavior while we remain unscathed and secure in our worth. How do we maintain this attitude without falling into bitterness? The key lies in shifting our focus to our own goals and happiness, engaging in activities that nourish our being, whether through reading, sports practice, acquiring new skills, or simply enjoying the company of those who truly value us, allows us to use the pain of rejection as fuel for our personal growth. This approach transcends mere survival in the face of rejection, transforming it into a vehicle for flourishing and thriving despite adversities. It drives us to develop emotional maturity and inner strength that allow us to weather the storms of rejection with serenity and determination. Beyond mere survival, we strive to turn each rejection experience into an opportunity to grow and evolve as individuals. The key is to cultivate solid self-esteem that is not affected by the lack of external recognition. We recognize that our worth is not determined by others' approval, but by our own perception of ourselves and our commitment to our fundamental values and principles. By embracing this perspective, we free ourselves from the weight of others' judgment and find a sense of empowerment and inner freedom. Being true to our authenticity and allowing our actions to speak louder than the silence of those who ignore us becomes a form of self-assertion and self-discovery. It is an act of courage and self-acceptance that allows us to maintain our integrity even in the face of others' indifference and disdain. By living according to our deepest values, we build a fortress of self-respect that protects us from the blows of rejection and allows us to flourish in any circumstance. Instead of letting rejection define us, we choose to use it as a springboard for personal growth and self-fulfillment. Each rejection experience becomes an opportunity to learn more about ourselves, strengthen our emotional resilience, and develop a greater understanding of what we truly value in life. Ultimately, rejection becomes a catalyst for our growth and evolution as human beings, rather than a barrier preventing us from moving forward. 3. Demonstrate your worth. See rejection as a valuable opportunity to demonstrate your resilience and determination. When you find yourself sidelined or your efforts ignored, channel your energy into constructive and meaningful actions. Highlight your skills through projects and initiatives that reflect your true potential without being hindered by others' lack of recognition. It is important to recognize that rejection does not define your worth as an individual, but rather serves as a sign directing you to opportunities more aligned with your talents and passions. Embrace setbacks as mere obstacles on your path, opportunities to rise with greater strength and determination. By maintaining an empathetic and understanding attitude, you emerge from the process as a stronger and wiser version of yourself, ready to face new challenges with renewed vigor. Remember that rejection does not mark the end of your story, but represents a crucial chapter in your journey toward personal growth and fulfillment. Each rejection experience shapes and prepares you for a brighter and more rewarding future. 4. Eliminate them from your mind. When we find ourselves face to face with rejection, the ability to emotionally detach from the situation becomes a valuable asset on our path to personal growth. Recognizing the impact of rejection is important, but we must also avoid letting it consume our thoughts and emotions. Instead of viewing rejection as an insurmountable obstacle, we can perceive it as a signal indicating a new direction, an opportunity to explore alternative paths that lead to new opportunities and enriching experiences. It is essential to convert the experience of rejection into a source of transformative energy. Like sailors navigating stormy seas, we can learn to maneuver with skill and grace, using each challenge as a springboard for our self-discovery and personal growth. Engaging in activities that nourish our spirit and allow us to expand our horizons helps us embrace each new experience as a step in our evolution. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with positive and uplifting people is crucial on our journey. Cultivating a social circle that elevates and inspires us enables mutual growth and learning. These interactions remind us that our worth is not determined by rejection, but invite us to continuously rediscover and reinvent ourselves. With each new challenge, we have the opportunity to become a stronger and more resilient version of ourselves, armed with unwavering determination and prepared to face any obstacle life presents. Instead of viewing rejection as a defeat, we use it as a springboard to a more promising and fulfilling future. 5. Prove them wrong. The art of leveraging rejection goes beyond simply refuting others' doubts about us. It is about affirming our own potential and using rejection as fuel for our personal growth. Each no we receive can be seen as an opportunity to surpass perceived limitations and demonstrate our adaptability and resilience. Instead of seeking external validation, we should focus on perfecting our skills and abilities for our own satisfaction. Our actions should speak for themselves, demonstrating silently our competence and determination in the face of any obstacle that presents itself. While we do not need to boast about our progress, we should allow our achievements to speak for us. Our journey of self-improvement is not about fighting against others' perceptions, but about demonstrating our unwavering commitment to excellence and continuous growth. By redefining our self-image and understanding our true capabilities, we emerge from rejection stronger and more confident than ever. Each rejection experience strengthens us and prepares us to face future challenges with confidence and determination. Instead of letting rejection defeat us, we use it as a springboard to reach new heights and achieve the success we deserve. 6. Cut contact. Silence rises as a powerful tool within your emotional arsenal, transcending the power of words. Instead of succumbing to the impulse to communicate or seek reconciliation, it is time to embrace the power of silence as a conscious and powerful strategy. This period of no contact is not simply an empty lapse, but a moment of deep reflection and self-affirmation. It is a strategic reset, where you reaffirm your own worth and prioritize your mental health above all. By maintaining emotional distance, you are making a bold declaration of your own value and resilience, making it clear that your well-being is not subject to others' external validation. It is essential to understand that silence, far from being a mere absence of words or action, is actually a powerful declaration of authenticity and self-confidence. By choosing not to respond in the face of indifference or rejection, you are affirming yourself and establishing healthy boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Your silence is not simply a lack of response, it is a conscious affirmation of your self-respect and worth as an individual. Instead of seeking external validation through confrontation or explanation, you choose to maintain your integrity and dignity at all times. While it may seem that your silence has no immediate impact on others' behavior, in reality, it is catalyzing a profound transformation within you. You are strengthening your determination and cultivating greater confidence in your ability to face life's challenges. This silence prepares you to face any obstacle in your path with serenity and mental clarity. By standing firm in your convictions and values, you are building a solid foundation to face challenges with resilience and inner strength. Additionally, silence offers the opportunity to grow significantly in your journey of self-discovery and emotional development. By reflecting on your experiences and emotions in silence, you can learn more about yourself and your emotional needs. This allows you to cultivate greater self-awareness and understanding of your own limits and strengths. In summary, silence is a powerful tool that allows you to affirm yourself, protect your emotional well-being, and prepare to face life's challenges with integrity and resilience. It is an active affirmation of your self-respect and confidence in yourself, and an expression of your determination to grow and develop as an individual. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. 7. Build your social status. Stoicism offers us a valuable lesson on how to transform rejection into an opportunity for personal growth and community participation. Instead of constantly seeking external validation, we are urged to focus on our personal improvement and the establishment of meaningful connections with others. It is crucial to consider activities such as physical exercise and community participation as opportunities to elevate our individual well-being and contribute to the common good. By engaging in these activities, we not only improve our physical and mental health, but also strengthen the bonds with our community and contribute to the flourishing of society as a whole. By cultivating relationships based on mutual respect and shared values, we weave a network of meaningful connections that offer support and mutual enrichment. These relationships are fundamental to our personal growth and help us face life's challenges with more strength and confidence. It is essential to understand that the process of self-discovery is not limited to following a predefined path by social norms or external expectations. Rather, it is about undertaking a personal journey toward individual fulfillment and personal excellence. By recognizing and embracing this truth, we free ourselves from the pressures and limitations imposed by society and allow ourselves to explore our unique path. By aligning our actions and goals with the constant pursuit of improvement and personal growth, we are not only benefiting ourselves, but also inspiring others to do the same. Our example can serve as a beacon of light for those seeking their own path, encouraging them to pursue their passions and follow their dreams without fear or doubt. Instead of competing for social positions or external recognition, we seek to build a community based on values such as resilience, empathy, and mutual support. We recognize that everyone faces individual challenges and struggles on their journey, and we commit to being there for each other in times of difficulty and celebration. As we unite in our shared commitment to personal growth, we create an environment where each individual feels valued, supported, and empowered to reach their maximum potential. We become architects of a world where authenticity and individuality are celebrated, and where everyone has the opportunity to flourish and contribute positively to the well-being of all. Ultimately, by embracing our journey toward personal excellence and encouraging others to do the same, we are building a brighter and more promising future for all. Together, we can transform our lives and our world, creating a lasting legacy of growth, kindness, and fulfillment. 8. Go out and have fun. In the midst of rejection, embracing joy becomes a radical act of resilience that defies adversity and elevates the human spirit. Instead of retreating into isolation in the face of rejection, it is time to adopt a bold stance and deliberately seek experiences that bring happiness and satisfaction. It is essential to challenge the harmful notion that rejection should extinguish our spirit and undermine our joy of living. On the contrary, we must actively pursue moments of joy and connection, participating in activities that ignite our passion and allow us to establish meaningful connections with others. Embrace the unknown with courage and determination, seeing rejection not as a closed door, but as an invitation to explore new horizons and discover new possibilities. Each new experience, whether big or small, enriches our life and offers the opportunity to strengthen the resilience and adaptability that define our personal journey. Through shared laughter and lived experiences, we find renewed confidence in ourselves and rediscover our place in the world. We reaffirm our conviction that rejection is simply a temporary obstacle on our path to greater fulfillment and personal completeness. With each challenge overcome, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of embracing the joy and beauty that life has to offer. 9. Give them the silent treatment. Choosing silence as a response to indifference is much more than simply saying nothing. It is an act of profound dignity and self-respect. Instead of constantly seeking communication or revenge in the face of others' disdain, we choose to preserve our inner peace through deliberate introspection and emotional mastery. Each moment of silence becomes an invaluable opportunity for self-knowledge and personal growth. Instead of filling the void with empty words or impulsive actions, we use this time to reflect on our values, strengthen our character, and ensure that our actions are aligned with our deepest principles. It is crucial to understand that silence is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of unmatched inner strength and composure. By choosing not to respond in the face of indifference or provocation, we affirm our autonomy and refuse to be dragged into unproductive exchanges or unnecessary conflicts. Ultimately, silence becomes a powerful tool for maintaining emotional balance and fostering an authentic expression of ourselves. It reminds us that our worth is not determined by others' external validation, but is rooted in our own inherent dignity and self-awareness. By choosing silence, we rise above the need to respond to every provocation or challenge and find profound serenity in our own being. If you are enjoying the video, remember to leave your like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let's continue. 10. Act as if they do not exist. In the face of indifference, adopting a stance of quiet strength proves to be a wise and powerful choice. Instead of wasting energy and time on those who ignore or do not value you, it is time to redirect your focus to those who genuinely appreciate your presence and contribution. While it is important to maintain professionalism and courtesy in inevitable interactions with people who may show indifference, it is also crucial to avoid investing emotionally in one-sided relationships that do not bring value or reciprocity. Prioritizing your emotional well-being and seeking meaningful connections is not just an act of self-care, but also an affirmation of your own worth and dignity. By showing that your time and attention are valuable and limited resources, you establish healthy boundaries and foster more balanced and rewarding relationships. Opting out of situations or relationships that do not positively contribute to your life is not just a sign of self-respect, but also an act of wisdom and discernment. By recognizing and respecting our own limits, we are setting a standard of personal care and self-assertion that allows us to thrive and grow in a healthy way. By doing so, we are prioritizing our own happiness and well-being over complacency or conformity. Rejecting participation in futile efforts or unbalanced relationships is affirming our autonomy and exercising our right to establish healthy boundaries in our lives. By making conscious decisions about where and how to invest our energy, we are recognizing and honoring our own intrinsic value. We understand that our time and effort are limited and precious resources that deserve to be dedicated to relationships and activities that inspire and strengthen us. By choosing to surround ourselves with people who support and encourage us and commit to activities that challenge and make us grow, we are cultivating an environment where we can thrive and reach our maximum potential. We are building a life based on authenticity, integrity, and continuous growth, demonstrating a deep love and respect for ourselves. 11. Distance and kindness. As we navigate indifference, it is essential to choose kindness as a guiding principle of our actions and relationships. Treating others with respect and compassion, even when we do not receive the recognition we expect, is an act of integrity and humanity. However, in this process, it is equally important to protect our inner peace by accepting emotional distance as a tool for self-preservation. We refuse to allow others' actions or attitudes to define our emotional state, maintaining a healthy barrier that protects us from being negatively affected by indifference or disdain. Extending kindness without expecting anything in return is not just an act of generosity, but also a demonstration of our strength of character and confidence in ourselves. It allows us to remain true to our values and principles, even in challenging situations. It is crucial to remember that emotional distance does not imply detachment or apathy towards others, but rather a conscious choice to prioritize our mental and emotional health. It is a delicate balance between empathy for others and the protection of our own well-being, rooted in the wisdom and practice of Stoic principles. This approach allows us to maintain our integrity while navigating the turbulent waters of indifference and rejection. 12. Do not beg for attention. Stoicism, as a philosophy of life, offers us a unique perspective on how to navigate the world and relate to ourselves and others. It teaches us to anchor ourselves in our own worth, recognizing that our value does not depend on others' approval or perceptions. Instead of constantly seeking validation through external approval, Stoicism invites us to cultivate a sense of inner fulfillment through personal growth and self-discovery. In this sense, participating in activities that resonate with our passions and values becomes essential. Prioritizing authenticity over fleeting attention allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and what truly matters in life. Our journey of personal improvement should not be motivated by the desire to prove others wrong, but by the desire to embrace our own strengths and unique aspirations. It is crucial to resist the temptation to act solely to gain external approval. True confidence does not come from others' validation, but springs from our own sense of self-esteem and self-knowledge. By focusing on our personal development and well-being, we can redefine success on our own terms, freeing ourselves from the limitations imposed by the constant pursuit of external validation. In summary, Stoicism offers us a valuable guide to cultivating a life of meaning and purpose based on our own authenticity and intrinsic value. By adopting these principles, we can find greater satisfaction and fulfillment in our lives, regardless of others' opinions or perceptions. 13. Do not reveal your struggles. Resist the temptation to broadcast your difficulties or seek validation through external recognition. Instead, maintain your composure and dignity in the face of adversity. Principles of Stoic resilience recognize your emotions without allowing them to dictate your behavior or undermine your self-confidence. By navigating rejection with grace and balance, you affirm your inner strength and resilience. Embrace the Stoic philosophy of emotional resilience, recognizing that true power lies in maintaining integrity and self-respect in the face of life's challenges. Your response to rejection is a reflection of your inner strength and unwavering commitment to personal growth. The Stoics knew that rejection was part of life and practiced and prepared for it, knowing it was a potential outcome. A Stoic is never naive in expecting things beyond their control. They mentally rehearse the worst possible scenario, were at peace with whatever happened, and thus were not surprised or emotionally disturbed by an unexpected situation. 14. Inner peace. Stoic philosophy offers us a unique perspective on how to find inner peace, even in the face of rejection. Instead of resisting or lamenting what we cannot change, Stoics encourage us to accept circumstances as they are, including rejection. This acceptance does not imply passive resignation, but an active attitude of recognition and adaptation to reality. By accepting rejection with serenity and mental balance, we cultivate a sense of inner peace that transcends external circumstances. Acceptance of rejection frees us from unnecessary suffering that arises from struggling against the inevitable. Instead of clinging obstinately to our unmet expectations or desires, we learn to let go and find peace in the present. This attitude of acceptance allows us to release the emotional burden associated with rejection and opens us to new possibilities and opportunities. Additionally, by accepting rejection with serenity, we develop greater emotional strength and resilience. Instead of allowing rejection to bring us down or discourage us, we maintain our composure and face adversity with courage and determination. This ability to remain steadfast in the face of rejection helps us develop greater confidence in ourselves and our ability to face life's challenges with grace and resilience. Acceptance of rejection also allows us to cultivate greater understanding and empathy for others. By recognizing and accepting our own experiences of rejection, we develop greater sensitivity to others' feelings and can better relate to their suffering. This emotional connection allows us to build deeper and more meaningful relationships based on mutual understanding and support. Acceptance of rejection, therefore, frees us to live a fuller and more authentic life, centered on gratitude, compassion, and inner peace. 15. Virtue. The Stoics teach us that rejection is not simply a negative experience, but an opportunity to grow and develop as individuals. When we face rejection with dignity and composure, we are practicing and strengthening the fundamental virtues that are the foundation of an ethical and fulfilling life. One of these virtues is patience. Rejection can be frustrating and discouraging, but by practicing patience, we learn to accept things as they are and calmly wait for the natural course of events. Instead of reacting impulsively or despairing in the face of rejection, we cultivate an attitude of patience that allows us to maintain calm and mental clarity even in the midst of adversity. Another virtue we can develop through rejection is fortitude. Facing rejection requires a great deal of emotional and mental strength. By resisting the temptation to crumble or give in to rejection, we demonstrate inner fortitude that helps us overcome obstacles and persevere in our efforts. This fortitude allows us to face challenges with courage and determination without letting rejection prevent us from advancing toward our goals. Additionally, rejection offers us the opportunity to practice temperance. Instead of allowing rejection to lead us to emotional extremes or sink into self-pity, we can practice temperance in our reactions and emotions. This involves maintaining emotional balance and not allowing ourselves to be swayed by discouragement or anger. By exercising temperance, we develop greater control over our emotions and behaviors, which allows us to face rejection with serenity and balance. In summary, rejection can be seen as an opportunity to practice and strengthen the virtues that help us live an ethical and fulfilling life. By facing rejection with patience, fortitude, and temperance, we can cultivate a solid moral character and develop a greater capacity to face life's challenges with integrity and resilience. 16. Transforming rejection into growth. Rejection, although often seen in a negative light, can be a powerful lever for personal and professional development. Facing rejection not as an obstacle but as a catalyst for growth reflects the Stoic wisdom of transforming adversities into opportunities. A vital lesson we can extract from rejection is resilience. The ability to recover and move forward after a setback not only strengthens our character, but also teaches us the importance of flexibility and adaptation. Each rejection brings with it a valuable lesson about our own limitations, points for improvement, and most importantly, about our true strengths. Another important dimension is self-reflection. Rejection invites us to look inward and question our own actions, goals, and what we truly value. This process of introspection can illuminate our paths and help us readjust our strategies and aspirations, aligning them more closely with our fundamental values and authenticity. Furthermore, rejection can serve as a motivator for excellence. Instead of letting rejection discourage us, we can use it as a push to improve our skills, expand our knowledge, and exceed our own expectations. This pursuit of excellence, driven by the experience of rejection, can open new horizons and lead to unexpected achievements. Finally, rejection teaches us the value of gratitude and compassion. By experiencing rejection, we develop greater empathy for the challenges faced by others, which can strengthen our relationships and make us more compassionate and understanding. Additionally, facing and overcoming rejection makes us appreciate more deeply the opportunities and connections we have, cultivating a sense of gratitude that enriches our lives. In summary, rejection, although challenging, is fertile ground for personal development. By adopting a growth mindset and viewing each rejection as an opportunity to learn and evolve, we can transform negative experiences into stepping stones to success and personal fulfillment. Facing rejection with courage, curiosity, and determination allows us to extract valuable lessons that guide us on our journey to becoming stronger and more resilient versions of ourselves. I sincerely hope this message has been helpful. I want to sincerely congratulate you for making it this far and completing the video. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. See you next time. The Stoics teach us that rejection is not simply a negative experience, but an opportunity to grow and develop as individuals. When we face rejection with dignity and composure, we are practicing and strengthening the fundamental virtues that are the foundation of an ethical and fulfilling life. One of these virtues is patience.